Hi everyone.
Hi.
Today we are making a Christmas favourite.
Yes.
White Christmas.
An Australian Christmas favourite, I think, because I remember our US friends were like,
what is that?
I think it's traditionally like white chocolatey, and it's got those glacé red and green cherries in it, and it's like a slice, and it's like you have a small square of it.
My auntie used to make it every Christmas.
It has rice bubbles or something in it too, I want to say. Anyway, we are making a much healthier version, and no one really likes those glacé cherries anyway, do they? So this recipe is in our festive ebook bundle, so if you're looking for lots of low carb, family friendly recipes for this time of year, including cocktails and grazing platter tips and tricks, definitely check it out.
There's lots of kind of ones like this, White Christmas, rum balls, where you can put together a kind of sweet platter almost. You could almost do a sweet grazing platter if you wanted to.
Anyway, to make our white chocolate, the base of it is going to be a mix of coconut butter and coconut oil, and then we're going to put some powdered sweetener in to sweeten it, some desiccated coconut, and then for our red and green, replacing those horrible cherries, we have got some chopped up pistachios and some chopped up freeze-dried strawberries.
So the freeze-dried strawberries you can get at Woolworths. They're kind of where the sultanas and stuff are, right?
Yeah, in the dried fruit and nut section.
So Frisp is the brand. They are pretty readily available from what we can tell.
Yep, and we've just used one whole packet, which is
15 grams,
and I've just kind of shaved them up with a knife. And then we've got a bit of vanilla and salt, and that is what goes into our White Christmas. So normally I just use this kind of rectangle Pyrex container, and we line it with some non-stick paper, and we'll set it in there and then cut it up. But we're also going to set some in just these little tiny mini muffin molds, because that also can look nice, and it's easier not having to cut it, because it can be a little bit difficult to cut. But to get started, we're going to melt together our coconut oil and coconut butter.
So while Erica gets the coconut oil out, I'm going to talk about coconut butter. So we like this brand, which is Artisana. We buy it on iHerb. Coconut butter is just the pulp of the coconut. There's nothing else in it, and it's quite thick. It's different to the oil, and it's kind of sweeter, and you can actually eat it on its own. We buy them in the little sachets, and I will often take those to work as a snack. But you can also buy other brands from IGA, your health food store. Sometimes you might be able to find it at Coles and Woolies, but we have found that difficult. But we like this one from iHerb.
We have kind of just melted this in the microwave a little bit in the jar, because it just makes it easier to work with. So that's a good tip on coconut butter. Yeah,
because it will be quite firm,
and it can separate.
Yeah, it can separate as well. So if you're ever using the sachets just to eat, you have to kind of massage it and kind of mix it all together, because otherwise it's not very pleasant to eat.
Okay, so I'm just going to add in our 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're just going to melt this in the microwave until it's all smooth and come together, and the salt has dissolved. You want to try and not get it as hot as you can. So keep it just enough to be melted. Okay, so you can see our mixture is all smooth now, and it's just lukewarm. It's not hot at all. So if yours is hot after you've melted it, just set it aside to cool down before you start adding in the other ingredients. But ours is fine, so we're going to add in the coconut, our powdered sweetener, and our vanilla.
So you can get powdered sweetener at Woolworths now in the Lecanto brand. It's kind of the purpley packet or the green packet? Let me get it.
It's blue.
Well, I would say it's green, but... So...
It's blue, right?
It's green. That is the packaging. The purple one is the Baker's Blend. But you can get that at Woolworths, and it's already powdered for you. If you don't have powdered sweetener, you can make your own from granulated sweetener in a coffee grinder or a spice blender.
Yeah, you don't want to use granulated sweetener.
It's not going to be a nice texture.
Yeah, you'll feel it in your teeth. So put the coconut and the vanilla in. Now we're going to pop our powdered sweetener in, and then we just want to mix it all and make sure there's no lumps of sweetener.
So obviously it's going to look a little lumpy because of the coconut.
Oh yeah, but just make sure there's no big lumps of sweetener. Sorry, that's what I was meaning.
Yeah, I know, but I was just looking at it going, why does it look so lumpy? But it's the coconut.
That's the coconut. Okay, so this is the base of our White Christmas. So now we're going to add in our strawberries and our pistachios. And again, you don't want this to be hot when we're adding those in. You can see our nice green and red colours, and the freeze-dried strawberries add a real pop of sweetness.
They add crunch and sweetness and colour, so they are, don't sub out those, and don't sub them out with fresh ones, it won't work.
No. Okay, so that is our mixture. So Danny, you're going to line this for me, and I'm just going to pop some in here. So if you have like a mini muffin tin or some other mold that you can use, it's a good way of doing it if you want it to look nice for presentation, I think. So I'm just going to do a few of these to show you when they set. But if you're like me and impatient, you can just pour it into some sort of square or rectangle mold, and then you can cut it up. But it can be a little bit difficult to cut because it'll be quite firm.
Yeah, because the coconut oil sets really quite hard, and so does the coconut butter. So. Wow, it looks so pretty.
So you can see we've just got a small kind of Pyrex container there with a bit of baking paper in it and that. So we're just now, we want to pop them in the fridge until they set completely, and then they're ready to eat.
And we'll be back so I can taste one.
So our White Christmas has been in the fridge and it has set firm now. So we've got our small ones in these muffin, which are very easy because it just kind of peels off, and then you're left with a nice kind of serving portion, I guess. What do you think?
Yeah, they look great. Yeah, it's easier than trying to cut it, but the cutting will be a little bit more rustic.
Rustic, exactly. Okay, so there are our ones in the little molds, and then we have this one which was just in our Pyrex container, so it just comes out as a square and then you need to cut it. So this is where it can be a little bit difficult.
Oh, that's fine.
But you can then just cut it into whatever portion size you would like. So you end up with little squares, but I think if you're doing it for presentation purposes, this is probably a better option. But if you're doing it just to eat it, then this is probably easier.
Okay, am I trying some?
Yeah, go for it.
Am I trying the pretty one or the...
No, you're not trying the pretty one, Dan.
Definitely gives you that White Christmas feel. The coconut kind of replaces the rice bubbly. Mm-hmm. And the freeze-dried strawberries, they are the key.
Yeah, they really are.
And the pistachios, but...
Yeah, and the strawberries kind of float to the top a little bit, and the pistachio, but I think it looks so pretty and Christmassy.
It's delicious.
I thought you were leaving this. This is a good option. Like, it's no bake for a start, which I think is good. I would just buy a little mini muffin mold, and these are perfect little treats to serve if you have visitors coming over or just for yourself at Christmas time.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.